Hey YouTube, this is Evergreen Stater again. Well, this morning I read the newspaper about the finances, this new budget that's coming out, and one thing that stuck out to me was the transportation part of it. From what I heard, Obama was for this building a high-speed rail, and there are some places taking that money. From what I heard, the state of Georgia will not be having that money, or a lot of it anyway. And from what I found, our last governor, Governor Perdue, he squandered it for all of us. He didn't decide if he wanted it or not. He was ambivalent. Why? I don't know. Personally, I look at it like this. We could have used it. Like it's a small, personally it's a small, I would argue that it's not enough. I would argue it needs to be built all over the U.S. But still, even so, this is just to prove that, sometimes you've got a guy like Perdue, he can't be trusted. That could have helped our state. I would have been perfectly happy about that. It doesn't surprise me because this is the same person who said that, he wouldn't fund MARTA. This is the same person who said that. He wouldn't do it. And, it's sad that, I personally feel that under Perdue, this Georgia has gone backwards. Hope Scholarship's been cut. A lot of other things have been cut. Things have been... I personally have not been happy with Perdue as a governor at all. I don't like it. I don't like the things that he's done. And he's no longer the governor. We got Nathan Deal, who's named one of the most corrupt congressmen. And it's like, well, he's our governor now. I don't know what he's going to do, personally. But, it just doesn't help that, we got a governor like Perdue. I don't think he was looking out for the state. I really don't think he was. And, I think at the time when we were doing all right as a state, and that was under Zell Miller. He got the Hope Scholarship started. He got things rolling. And now we got, Perdue basically, he couldn't make up his mind, and, Georgia's suffering for that now. Florida, they got plans on high-speed rail. Why don't we? Oh yeah. No, yeah. I just mentioned it. And, I would argue that, our transit system in this state is not enough. I once had to get from Cobb County, I had to get into Lawrenceville, which is in Gwinnett County. It's on the other side of metropolitan Atlanta to the east. Guess what? I had to transfer buses in Marietta, Georgia, because, they have Cobb Community Transit. I had to transfer buses in Georgia, in Marietta, Georgia, and then take a bus to transfer onto a MARTA train. I had to wait for that train, take that train to Doraville, Georgia, the terminus for the northeast terminus for MARTA. And oh yeah, I had to wait for a Gwinnett County bus to take me into Duluth, Georgia. By the time I got into Duluth, Georgia, it had been 4 hours, and I'm like, I might as well turn back because I can't get to Lawrenceville. If I try to get to Lawrenceville, I won't get back to Cobb County because this was a Saturday, and oh yeah, guess what? On Sunday, they don't have bus service, which is really stupid, in my opinion. I'm going to tell you this, I want to go to, I like going to church on Sunday. And not having a car it makes it kind of hard to go to church. And, people who want to get to church on Sunday, maybe it would be helpful to have a bus service. Still, that being said, the transportation system in metropolitan Atlanta is fragmented, and I don't like it. MARTA was being built back in the 70s. Guess how many counties it covers? 2. Fulton and DeKalb. Why? Because back in the 70s when it was built, there were people who referred to it as moving Africans rapidly through Atlanta. Yeah, this was a racial issue. You had people in Cobb County who didn't want it. You had people in Gwinnett who didn't want it. And it was just disturbing. Today, not to say that everybody out in those counties are like that, and those counties have gotten a little more diverse since then. However, you look at those counties, you still have some people who claim it'll bring in the crime. MARTA will bring in the crime. There was even a police officer who came in to speak to my class claiming that MARTA was the perp train. How do you know perps are on the trains? And apparently his argument was, perps can't afford cars, or criminals can't afford cars, so they take MARTA. Listen, criminals often steal cars. Some criminals own cars. Who is to say that not having MARTA won't prevent a criminal? Who's to say that not having MARTA will prevent a criminal from coming into your house? Trust me, you got crime in many parts of Atlanta, in the metropolitan area, and there are ways people can get to places. Trust me, it can happen, with or without MARTA. I say expand the MARTA rail all the way up into Cobb County, into Gwinnett County, even expand it more. It needs to be expanded more. It needs to be funded more, because it goes under state funding, or even better, clean that system, put a new system, and expand it more. More needs to be invested in our public transportation system. The current situation we got is not enough. It's not helpful. If the city of Atlanta can host the Olympics, why can't we get our transportation better revamped? Come on, you look at cities, you look at New York, you look at Chicago, you look at cities in other parts of the world that are doing great wonders with their transportation, and then I look at Atlanta and just get angry because of what we don't have. We can do a lot better than this. There is a lot of room for improvement. We could do much better, and we need to. This is Evergreen Stater. You guys have a great night.